Last week I missed a couple things, and I definitely have to pull those up.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie.
I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it.
Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop New York. This is the reunion for season 9. It's episode 16. It is reunion part 2. Okay, like I said, a couple things that I actually missed last week. Two things. I got a really good look at Maggie this week. Maggie's dress was really, really pretty. It was really pretty, and I actually think it was my favorite thing on the show. And Juju's hair was real, real nice. When I really looked at Juju, I think Juju had the favorite of the hair for me. And yeah, Maggie's dress, I think, it fit her so nice, and it just looked so good on her color and everything, for her skin tone and everything. I really liked it. I wasn't crazy about her hair. Her hair, and it was weird because in some spots, it's like she had too much, and in some spots, there wasn't enough. Like the actual back, like center back, needed to be thicker because I could see through it. And then on the sides, it was a little too puffy. I don't know. It was something weird with the hair. I don't know, but she looked pretty. Yeah, I like her dress. Yeah. Maggie had my favorite dress. Juju's hair was gorgeous. When I really looked at her hair, it was giving me literal movie star. So I was down with it. That was my favorite. My good old Juju. So pretty. But anyway, okay, so let's go. Safari comes out. Right in the beginning, it's this Safari versus Joe and Sin thing. I'm like so done with Joe and Sin. I am just so done with them. Both of them. Like, I don't care if I never see the two of them again. They have thoroughly gotten on my nerves. And Sin, every time she opens her mouth, I just feel she is very irritating. Very irritating. She really likes to appear as though she has all the answers and she know everything. And she really needs to shut the fuck up. Like, for real, shut up, Sin. She got on my nerves. Got on my nerves. But anyway, I don't know. They got on my nerves. Anyway, Safari came out and literally told them from the door. He read the shit out of them about having camera balls. He's like, no, I wasn't going to really get all into that because he said, I don't even really remember the scene taking place. He said, it was like, all this extra energy and all this. They basically had camera balls that he just didn't have no use for it. And I said, I could see that. He said, we were on the bus going out to the beach and everything. Ain't nobody said nothing. And all of a sudden, when the camera started rolling, you gonna put my face in the sand and all this. And he was basically giving Joe the business. And Sim was barking. And that's why I was like, okay, you need to shut her up. Like, if this situation is going to be an argument between you two men, she needs to shut up. You don't want him saying nothing to her, then you need to make her shut up. See, that's how that goes. It can't be this thing of, I ain't no man gonna be arguing with my woman, but you need to make your woman not be arguing with a man. She don't need to be on there barking at him, and you think he ain't supposed to say nothing back to her. Flat out. She was talking to him real crazy, and you're just sitting there. You need to make her shut up. Y'all get it all twisted up. It's not a free reign for you to disrespect men. It's not. No, a man shouldn't be disrespecting you, but at the same time, you don't need to be disrespecting him. And they are very disrespectful when it comes to him and the whole Erica situation, because you motherfuckers is feeling some kind of way. Because your woman is still liking Erica and you feeling some kind of way about it. And I don't care what anybody says. I get the feeling that Sin ain't over Erica Mena and Joe is literally sitting around and he's insecure about it. That's their problem. It is not Safari's problem. Period. Anyway, then it went from that bullshit to Rich and Safari. And Rich is, what are you so upset about, Rich? Because you claim you over it. You jealous. You not over it. That Erica Mena must got a stash of gold covered chocolate candies inside her box, honey. Because she got you all crazy. Juicy got you crazy. That damn Rich was sitting there, and the next thing I know, he leaped up and went running across the table like Tommy. Y'all know Tommy, Tommy Lee. He went running across the table. I said, if somebody get him a goddamn shot, get him a shot now. Running, and everybody says, is he okay? Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Because if he ain't worried about himself, it ain't nobody else's job to worry about him. His ass know he ain't in the best of health. And when you start jumping on tables and running and leaping and carrying on and trying to be Captain Marvel, then you get what you get. You get what you get. And if Rich was to run up on me, I beat Rich's ass. I would beat Rich's ass and give him an insulin shot. Don't come to me with no bullshit, because when a fight break out, I don't ask no motherfucker for their medical records when I get ready to get the windmill in. I beat their ass and we'll worry about which shots and vitamins they need later. Ain't nobody worried about it. If you ain't worried about your physical self, then it's nobody else's job to be worried about it. Richard, you need to stop flying through the air with your old broke down ass. Go sit down, Rich. You're ridiculous. Just full of shit. I was so done with that when he went flying across that table like the scared poor Nina to death. I said, Lord have mercy. That was a whole mess. I laughed at that damn Safari go say, look at me running in slow motion. I said, he's so fucking stupid. I just love him. So stupid. Anyway, and that little stuff that it really should have been the other way around. Because Safari should have ran across the table and leaped on Rich, really, when you going to sit there and throw a dig at him about how many dicks that Erica's had since she had your dick, and them two is engaged. That was just highly, highly disrespectful. And it should have been the other way around. He should have jumped across the table at you. But Rich got mad because he told him, he said, you know, your pants is too tight. I said, so I'm sick of looking at your ankles. I said, oh, no. Oh, Safari. Anyway, screw all of that. And Ice is actually in treatment, and she's supposedly doing a little bit better. So that's a good thing. That was another thing. I was looking at Mariah. You all in love with him, and he telling us he still talks to Anais a lot. Mariah, baby, I think you need to move on. I think you need to move on from Rich. 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 He doing too much. Jonathan and Juju ended up talking, and he apologized to Juju, which was nice. And he admitted to having some issues with some substance abuse. He apologized to Juju, and she accepted. And then Jonathan and Sydney got into it. Sydney told Jonathan, you are messy. And he got all funky with Sydney and told her, you don't look at me, bitch. I said, oh my. You know, it was just a flat out, it was a sissy fight is what it was. But I did like the fact that Rich told Jonathan, stop it. And he gonna say, tell her to stop it too. He chastised them both like kids. But I was kind of glad that, yeah, Jonathan, don't do that. Don't do that. Because everybody calls you Bessie and you don't be giving them all that. So stop it, Jonathan. Don't try it. Now, here's another bitch that I can't take who really gets on my nerves, and I don't care if I see her no more. Nia Lee. And I'm going to go with Mariah Lynn on this. Nia Lee is a bully. And I said that from the beginning, and people told me, no, 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 Jay. Nia Lee is a bully, and she's a bitch who sits around and goes for tough. Oh, I got cut. And you did. You got cut. And for that reason alone, you need to sit down before somebody cuts you again. You know, there's a lot of tough motherfuckers, and most of them are up at the cemetery. So keep on going for tough, Naya. Keep going for tough. And she really was trying to talk that shit to Mariah. And when she went and talked about Mariah's mother, Naya. And I laughed at Mariah so hard when Mariah was like, "You're fucking 10 foot tall, you bitch, and I'm 5 foot. But I got something for you. I will run you over with a fucking vehicle, bitch." I was dying. That Mariah got jokes. She got jokes. But no, I felt like Nia came across as a bully. I felt that way in the beginning. She tried to bully Sydney Starr and she tried to bully Mariah. Mariah is not for that bullshit. Yeah, I don't need to see Nia no more. She's ridiculous. Then we had Maggie and Mano, and I kind of felt bad for Maggie because she blatantly blurted out that she really wants to be married to Mano, and he basically told her, no, no. I was like, that kind of bothered me. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. He telling her, we live like we married. No, fuck that. I need your name on this paper. I done already got shot fucking with you. I need a permanency plan in case I make it and you don't. You know, I ain't like that. And that would probably be pushing me to kind of let him alone. Because what am I holding out for you with some dumb stuff for? Anyway, then we get back to Rich, and it looks as though Miracle's looking at 20 years. And I was kind of with Remy when Remy told him she don't even need to go to trial. She need to take the damn play and go on and sit on down. And Rich is still holding that his daughter is not going to raise them damn kids, that she is going back to school, period, point blank. And I agree with that. Um, then Alexis. Last thing was Alexis Sky. She went back through her whole thing about Fetty versus Solalucci, and the questioning whether or not the baby was the daddy, and she really still holds that shit over Lucci's head, like, he didn't have to do that. He knew he wasn't the baby's father. I can't understand. I can't understand you having this large attitude at this man for wanting to be responsible and wanting to be your baby's dad. And then you got the one who don't want you and don't want the baby, and you are pattern after him. Girl, you look crazy. You look crazy. But what I did like is that she stayed clear of the drama, because that could have been a whole drama between her and Maggie about the song and all that. And she was like, I wasn't getting into that. I love their love, and I didn't want no confusion. I wasn't getting in that, and I definitely had to give her points for that. And that was basically it. It was, without, other than the table jumping and stuff like that, it was cool. It was cool. New York is done. It's a wrap. It's over. I'm happy. New York kind of drains me. So, yeah, we'll be going on Atlanta. And Atlanta looks like it's going to be a little deep, as usual. They need something. They need something to, yeah. Between Spice and this whole Stevie J and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'll see y'all back here next Monday, but we'll be in Atlanta as opposed to New York. All right, y'all. Later.